Welcome to ForexTV.com. Today's Monday, July 27th. I'm Tim Kelly with a New York Forex Market Buzz. Dollar is trading higher against the yen, but continuing to lose ground against most major currencies. U.S. equity markets are trading lower at mid-session. Crude oil futures are relatively flat on the day, and gold is down slightly. Yield on the U.S. government 10-year note is 3.73%. That's up 7 basis points. Purchases of new homes in the U.S. Climbed 11% in June, the biggest gain in 8 years, underscoring evidence that the deepest housing slump since the Great Depression has started to stabilize. The dollar is seeing its lowest levels against major currencies as economic recovery is slowing demand for so-called safe haven assets and increasing risk appetite. Today, the U.S. administration is hosting a Chinese delegation in Washington, and Treasury Secretary Geithner is expected to make the case to its biggest creditor that the U.S. can manage its deficits and support the dollar. Meanwhile, auctions of U.S. debt securities are at record levels, with prices dropping and yields at yearly highs. Now let's take a quick look at the currency markets. From the Market Vision Data Center, looking at euro dollar trading 142.16, has seen a low of 141.70 at the beginning of the session last night, and traded as high as 142.98, kind of in the middle of that range right now. However, you see that we've come off on the hourly here, down towards the Ichimoku line. That has been support right at this 142, the figure just above there, 142 level. And to be exact, that support was 142.02. I'm going to take a quick look at the 15-minute. We like to look at the 1 hour and the 15-minute in conjunction. We are trading below the Ichimoku cloud. A break below on the hourly would suggest further weakness in euro against the dollar. A rise back above there would suggest further upside here. When you notice, you see this ridge here in the 15-minute, that coincides to some extent with the hourly ascending cloud here. So keep an eye on a little bit of a rally and a recovery. That is at the 142.50 level. Moving on to dollar yen. Dollar is today gaining against the yen, as you can see. Right now, the past 2 hours have us giving a little bit of ground back to dollar to yen, trading now at 95.16. We saw a low of 94.65, and we saw a high of 95.37. Cloud is thinning out a little bit. That should suggest we'll see tighter trading ranges, and then perhaps followed by volatility. That's usually what the thinning cloud represents. Let's go to the 15-minute. And we see that we have traded in a little bit spiky here, as we have been, but an ascending cloud on the 15-minute does suggest that we could see a little bit of a rally here. Keep your eye on that as we approach that ascending cloud there. That suggests that we could see prices a little bit higher. If we break it to the downside, look for it to go down to that 95.05, 95 the figure. We should see support there. Now moving on to sterling. Seeing a bit of sideways trade here in sterling, as you can see by the hourly, pretty much capped by the top of the Ichimoku line at the roughly the 164.85 level. Trading right now 164.85, low of 163.80. Saw a high of 165.23. Not too far off the high right now, about 40 basis points, 30 to 40 basis points away right now, and looking like that support is holding for the present time. Let's take a quick look at the 15-minute, see where the bias is on the short term. And you can see that we've got this straight line at the bottom, which of the Ichimoku cloud as it thins out. That does represent volatility. However, that could be a level of support to look out for, the 164.80 level. We're going to finish up with Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar off its highs right now, but trading near its 2009 high. Right now, Aussie dollar at 82.18. That saw a high overnight of this morning in the U.S. session of 82.59. Traded as low as 81.44 after it spiked up last night. There were comments from from Chairman Ben Bernanke made on a PBS show he was doing that had dollar. He was talking about dollar strength and the administration's and his efforts to strengthen the dollar, and that took a little bit of the muster out of the Aussie dollar pair as traders try to pair risk after those statements, but did rebound. Right now, we're approaching an ascending cloud. A little later in the afternoon, we are at about those levels where it would tend to go to at that point. Right now, we're seeing that the risk trades are our traders, and if you look at the past couple of weeks, are very reluctant to allow these risk trades to trade near their intraday highs. And generally, towards the end of the session, we see these trades selling off. And you see, right now we are trading a little bit below the session highs here, and but not too far off those session highs. About 35 basis points away. Keep an eye on these levels. We're going to go in, take a little short-term look here at the 15-minute to see where the price action is. As you can see, it's been a little bit of choppy trade here. We are underneath the Ichimoku cloud on the 15-minute, and right now the bottom of the cloud is resistance. You can see it up here at the 82.14 level. That's going to do it for today. This has been your New York Forex Market Buzz. I'm Tim Kelly. Join us later this afternoon for PM Exchange right here on ForexTV.com.